It's time for the Browns to focus on the QBs they have. It's high time the Cleveland Browns need to lay the Arch Manning rumors to rest. The Cleveland Browns have made some truly perplexing decisions leading into the 2025 NFL season. It all began in the offseason. After losing Deshaun Watson for likely the entire campaign, the team knew it would need a new starting quarterback for the year. They went out and added 4 different candidates for the job, signing Joe Flacco in free agency, trading for Kenny Pickett, and drafting 2 different rookies, Oregon's Dillon Gabriel and Colorado's Shedeur. Throughout the training camp and preseason, head coach Kevin Stefanski and the rest of the staff maintained that all the QBs would have a chance to win the starting spot. Ultimately, though, Joe Flacco was named the QB1 for Cleveland's season opener against the Cincinnati Bengals, before he ever suited up in the preseason. The team then flipped Kenny Pickett to the Las Vegas Raiders. Between Stefanski's ultimate decision and choices like not allowing Sanders to practice with the first-team offense throughout training camp, some fans and analysts surmised that this was never a real quarterback competition to begin with. Browns and owner Jimmy Haslam need to give up on Arch Manning. Supporters of Dillon Gabriel and especially Shedeur have felt that the Cleveland Browns' handling of the quarterback competition was a detriment to their rookie gunslingers. Between pitting them against each other and the team creating a logjam at the position, it was fair to wonder what the franchise's plans are with its 2 prospects. It didn't help matters when rumors arose that Browns owner Jimmy Haslam was enamored with the idea of adding Texas Longhorns quarterback Arch Manning in the 2026 NFL Draft. Haslam and the team have shot down any implications that they're already planning on drafting another passer next year. Then, he and general manager Andrew Berry were spotted on the sidelines for Manning's starting debut in Texas season opener against the Ohio State Buckeyes. They got to witness the presumed #1 pick struggle against OSU's defense, finishing with just 170 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception on 17 of 30 passing. With 4 minutes left in the game, the Longhorns had an egg on the board, and Manning only had 72 yards passing. He wasn't the only blue-chip quarterback prospect who struggled on Saturday. Clemson's Cade Klubnik went just 19 of 38 passing for 230 yards and 1 interception, as his team fell to LSU, 10-17. On the other side, Garrett Nussmeier had a solid but unspectacular day with 230 yards and a touchdown on 74% completion. Manning, Klubnik, Nussmeier, or another QB prospect, like Penn State's Drew Aller, could emerge as a slam-dunk NFL talent by the end of the season. That said, the Browns already have 2 promising young gunslingers on their roster. They need to focus on putting the best environment possible around Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur, developing them properly, and judging if either has the goods to be Cleveland's new franchise quarterback in good faith, lest they give up on the 2 rookies for a potentially worse talent next year. The Cleveland Browns have lived through enough quarterback sagas to fill an entire library. From draft busts to injury riddles, from one-and-done free agents to high-profile trades, the Browns' search for stability at the game's most important position has become a running joke across the NFL. And yet, the 2025 season offers a rare window, an opportunity for Cleveland to put away the endless speculation, the constant quarterback carousel, and the itchy trigger finger for greener pastures. It's time for the Browns to focus on the QBs they already have. The history of QB turmoil. Before we even touch the present, one must acknowledge the ghosts in the locker room. Cleveland's quarterback history since returning to the league in 1999 has been almost mythical for its dysfunction. Tim Couch, Colt McCoy, Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield. Each was once paraded as the guy, before their tenure unraveled into disappointment. The names keep coming like a parade of shattered hopes: Jeff Garcia, Brady Quinn, Brandon Weeden, and so on. This relentless instability bred a culture of impatience. A fan base, beaten down by failure, developed a quick trigger on criticism. Coaches, front offices, and players alike shouldered the weight of past collapses. Every interception became a referendum. Every injury felt like a prophecy. But if you fast forward to today, you notice something. The Browns, for the first time in a long time, actually have options. A room full of potential. Instead of searching for a franchise savior from the outside, Cleveland sits with a quarterback room that is not barren but loaded with intrigue. Deshaun Watson, the big-ticket name, the quarterback the Browns invested $230 million guaranteed into, has had an uneven journey in Cleveland. Injuries and inconsistency have clouded his potential, but Watson remains the veteran presence, a man who once led the NFL in passing and still flashes elite capability when healthy and confident. Shedeur, the rookie with star power, swagger, and the pedigree of being Deion Sanders' son. He isn't just hype, he showed poise at Colorado, quick release mechanics, and an ability to rise under the spotlight. Fans already see him as the future, though the franchise must decide how quickly to hand him the keys. Dillon Gabriel, the underrated fighter. A college star who lacked the flashy narrative of Shedeur but came armed with accuracy, mobility, and leadership. Gabriel is the type of quarterback who can make the most of opportunities others dismiss as scraps. Joe Flacco, if still rostered or mentoring role, the seasoned Super Bowl champion whose second life in Cleveland turned him into a folk hero, providing wisdom and stability in a room that desperately needs it. For once, the Browns don't lack quarterbacks, they simply lack clarity. The trap of the next big thing. The danger for Cleveland now isn't scarcity, it's distraction. Every week, fans and media speculate on who the Browns might pursue if things don't work out. Draft boards are flooded with names like Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck, and the next generation. Mock trades imagine Cleveland luring in established veterans if Watson struggles again. But chasing the next big thing is exactly how the Browns kept themselves trapped for decades. Instead of committing, developing, and building continuity, they panicked at the first sign of adversity. In doing so, they often stunted quarterbacks who may have blossomed if nurtured. Take Baker Mayfield. At one point, he led the Browns to their first playoff win in nearly 3 decades. He brought energy, confidence, and toughness. But when injuries and inconsistency hit, Cleveland quickly soured, moving on with the assumption that the next QB would fix everything. Years later, Baker resurged in Tampa Bay, while the Browns remain in quarterback purgatory. The lesson. Sometimes the grass isn't greener. Sometimes, it's time to water the lawn you already have. Developing identity instead of panic. Football isn't just about quarterbacks, it's about identity. The Browns have a foundation that is enviable, a punishing defense led by Myles Garrett, one of the best in the league. A backfield that, even with Nick Chubb battling injuries, carries the DNA of a physical, run-first offense. And a fanbase that lives and dies by toughness and grit.